I feel the Spirit moving in me. I feel the Spirit moving in me.
Well, imagine this. Early in the 20th century, a time when the world was at the brink of change. The air was thick with the scent of discovery. And in the midst of all of this was a man named Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, a Jesuit priest with a twinkle in his eye and a passion for uncovering the secrets of the universe. Now Teilhard wasn't your average priest. Far from it. He wasn't content with the musty smell of old books or the quiet solitude of monastery walls. Oh no, this guy had dirt under his fingernails and the hot sun on his back as he dug deep in the earth, uncovering fossils that whispered stories of the past. You see, Teilhard was a paleontologist. He was like a cosmic detective, piecing together clues to solve the greatest story ever told. As Teilhard brushed the dust off of ancient bones and studied the intricate patterns etched in the stone, he began to see something that grabbed his heart. His mind raced with excitement. He started to see evidence of an unchanging universe, an unchanging living world, a breathing entity that was constantly evolving, growing, and transforming. He examined fossils, and he looked through the fossil charts and maps of the history, and he saw that these fossils were changing, that older fossils were more simple, and newer fossils were more evolved. So what he saw was an evolving universe. And so he saw that there was an increasingly complexity to the evolvement of life. And his mind buzzed with questions. And he said, what if the entire cosmos was a grand journey? Kind of a pilgrimage towards greater consciousness and unity with the divine. What if every star, every planet, every creature was part of this great cosmic dance, spiraling closer and closer to God? Well, I have to tell you, not all of the priests felt the same way that he did. Not all of them wanted to tango with his evolutionary ideas. In fact, some of them got their robes in a twist. They wagged their fingers at him, telling him to stick to his prayers and leave the science to the scientist. But Teilhard, bless his rebellious soul, just couldn't stop. He was drawn, he was pulled into something larger, something big, something that could change the way we see ourselves and ourselves as part of the grand scheme of life. So what did this wild priest do? He started smuggling his ideas out of the monastery, tucked away in his socks and his undershirts, like some kind of a theological James Bond. Can you imagine what the look on a superior's face might have been if they had found an essay on evolution of the soul nestled nested between his boxer shorts? What do you suppose, he was a boxer short guy or a brief guy? Talk about a divine comedy, right? But here's the thing. Teilhard's vision was too big, too bright to be hidden in a laundry basket. His ideas spread like wildfire, igniting the imaginations of thinkers, of scientists, and spiritual seekers all over the world, as they are right now. And now here we are, ready to embark on our own exploration of an evolving God, a God who dances with us through the cosmos, leading us ever onwards to greater heights of love and understanding. And this talk today is really about Ilia Delio. She's a Franciscan sister, a theologian, and an author of 20 books. And I just happen to be going through her latest book, which is titled The Not Yet God. And she references Carl Jung, Teilhard de Chardin, and other forward-leaning thinkers. And I wish I could tell you what this book is all about, but I'm only going to get to a little tiny piece of it today, partly because I've only read the first couple chapters, and it's all I could fit in a 20-minute talk. And I think that you'll find that her idea that we're talking about today is pretty revolutionary. You know, she's a leading voice in the field of evolutionary theology, which seeks to integrate the insights of modern science, particularly the theory of evolution, with Christian theology and spirituality. There's all kinds of videos on YouTube. I encourage you to watch some of them. She will blow your mind. I watched one yesterday, and she's in a Catholic church, and she said to them, I am here to give you some revolutionary ideas that just might change the Catholic Church. Wow, right? And, for example, she wrote, the God of evolution is the God who is not only the source of the universe's creativity, but also the goal of the universe's creativity. The universe is not only emerging from God, but also evolving towards God. So, drawing her wisdom and knowledge from many sources, her degrees are about this long. She looks at Pierre Teilhard de Chardin and other visionaries, and her writings explore a dynamic, evolving nature of the universe and the implications of this evolutionary worldview for our understanding of God, for creation, and for human identity. She emphasizes the idea of an interactive God, a cosmic God, who is intimately involved in the ongoing process of creation and the emergence of consciousness. Through her writings, letters, lectures, and retreats, she invites us to embrace a new understanding of spirituality that's grounded in the evolutionary story of the universe, and to participate in an ongoing transformation of consciousness, which you are a part of, we are a part of. So this talk is titled An Evolving God. You know, Unity's take on God is like having this ever-present, unchanging best friend who's all about love and goodness. God is everywhere in everything, a constant source of positive ideas. Now, Ilia, Delio, comes in agreeing with that, but with a twist. How about, she says, hey, how about a God that is evolving with us? Imagine God not as a static figure, but as a dynamic force, creating and evolving right alongside the universe. In unity, we see God as a calm, ever-flowing river, always there with serene support. She says, we are expressions of God. And as we do our spiritual work, we evolve in consciousness, and thus God is evolving as us. Right? Because in unity, we believe that God is everything, that we are aspects of God, right? Right? And we believe in the divine, which is the essence of all energy, all creative energy. And so she's saying that we as human beings doing our spiritual work have the opportunity to evolve our own consciousness, which in essence is evolving God, because we are aspects of God. You know, historically, we kind of imagine God as a distant, all-powerful being sitting high above the world, watching over us like some cosmic emperor. Or perhaps we thought of God as a wise old man with long white beard, kind of like a Santa Claus with a bit more of authority. But what these traditional images of God don't quite capture is the whole picture. What if they don't capture the whole picture? What if there's another way to understand the divine? One that takes into account the incredible discoveries of modern science, especially the mind-altering idea of evolution. You know, today we're talking about Ilia Delio's idea of the universe and as expanding, and there's some mind-blowing ideas that you may be aware of. And, you know, it kind of dates back to Edwin Hubble, who in the 1920s noticed that the galaxies are moving away from us, right? That the universe is having a massive growth spurt. And this led to the mind-boggling theory of the Big Bang, which suggested that everything started from an incredibly hot and dense point around 13.8 billion years ago. And some of us feel like we're old. But in that perspective, we're not that old. Science have also discovered something called cosmic microwave background radiation, which is basically leftover heat from the universe's birth. Right? It's kind of like the universe's baby pictures, right? But here's the kicker. As light from distant galaxies reaches us, it turns out to be redder than expected, like the universe is stretching out wavelengths of light as it expands. It's almost like the cosmos is playing this giant game of Twister. And to top it off, scientists have found that the universe's expansion is actually speeding up. And thanks to this mysterious force of dark energy, it's like the universe has hit the gas pedal. You see, over the past few centuries, we've learned that the universe is not static. It's not unchanging, but rather it's an evolving process. From the Big Bang to the emergence of stars and galaxies, from the first single-celled organisms to the incredible diversity of the earth, the story of our cosmos is one of constant change and transformation. So what if everything in the universe is evolving, could it be that God is evolving also? What if God isn't a stagnant? What if God is the potential of all creativity? Right? What if God is this magnificent energy that is in everything? Science are discovering that in all matter, there is energy. What if that energy in all matter, for lack of a better term, is God? What if God is energy? How's that feel? What if God is a dynamic force? What if God is something that's evolving, that is that creative energy that is evolving, transforming, not stuck in the old ideas that we have of it just being this way? What if we can't conceive what God is? Right? It's almost like, human beings put names on everything, don't we? Right? And so we had to name this energy God. Why? Because we name everything, right? Helps us to be able to think we understand it, to think we define it. And that's just way too much thinking, right? And we give it a personage. We've even given it a gender, right? How absurd is that? It's ridiculous, isn't it? It doesn't have gender. It doesn't have body parts, for God's sakes. She says that God is not a static being, but a dynamic becoming. Right? God is the becomingness. Right? This kind of shatters some of our thoughts. I know some of you are probably sitting here thinking, for God's sakes, I didn't come here to have my whole reality changed on me. Maybe you did. Right. All of a sudden we see that the world's just not a bunch of random stuff happening, but it's a grand unfolding story filled with meaning and purpose. And the beauty of it is, we're not just observers. We are participants in it. You, we all get to create in this evolving Godness. Woo! What a great thing, and what a huge responsibility, right? And in order to be a part of this, the catch is we have to do our spiritual work. We have to be present to the truth of who we are. We have to be present in the moment. We have to be willing to accept a larger view of ourselves. Does that feel exciting to you? Does anybody feel the excitement of this possibility? It's kind of shaken our old paradigm a little bit, but think what it means. Because in the end, we're all part of this grand cosmic adventure. Every single one of us has a role to play. You have a role to play. So let's get there. Let's start creating. Let's start innovating. Let's start evolving. Right? Let's go hand in hand with this ultimate creative energy of the universe and create more love. Affirmation today is, I am a conscious participant in the ongoing evolution of God. Let's say that together. I am a conscious participant in the ongoing evolution of God. So picture this, a beautiful glistening spider web stretched out across a dewy garden on a crisp morning. The sun's first rays are peeking over the horizon, casting a golden glow on the delicate strands of silk. And there, perched on each thread, are these tiny, perfect droplets of water catching the light like little diamonds. Now, this is the amazing part. Each one of these dewdrops is connected to every other drop by those delicate strands. It's like they're all part of an intricate dance, moving and shimmering together in the morning breeze. And if you were to touch this web, what would happen? The whole web would move, wouldn't it? It would respond like a cosmic game of telephone, the old telephone with the cans. So you see, this is how God works in our universe. You see, God isn't some distant, separate being watching us from high. God is the dynamic energy that animates the web of creation. It's the force that drives the ongoing evolution. God is the foundation that holds everything together. Just like the spider web supports and connects every dewdrop, God is the loving force that sustains and unites all creation. And this, I love this part. Ilia, Delio says, God is love, and love is the energy of the universe. Wow. You know, she says, God's not just some fuzzy feeling that we get when we see a newborn baby or a puppy or see a heartwarming movie. God is the fabric, the secret sauce in the universe that holds it all together. She says, God is love, and love is the energy of the universe. Have you ever been in love?
Yes.
Do you know what it feels like to be in love? To love a person, to love an animal, to love your parents? Then you have experienced God. You have experienced this attracting energy of the universe. Wow, that's what it is. And all matter has that same attraction to everything. That is love. That is the attracting energy that holds this universe together. Ilia says, God is love, and love is the energy of the universe. And we are all part of the universe's evolution. We are the universe's way of expressing itself. This is how the universe expresses itself as you, as me, as all of us, as everything. God is the creative energy behind everything. And our gift, our responsibility is to connect with this love and to be creative beings in the universe, to be droplets on this vast cosmic spider web. So picture this. Imagine, anybody ever go shopping? Anybody ever go to Whole Foods or Costco or hopefully not Walmart, just kidding. So picture this. Picture that you're walking into your local grocery store, ready to grab some delicious goodies for the week. And as you navigate the aisles, you realize you're not just filling your cart. you're actually shaping the world around you. As an expression of the divine, every action you take, every word you speak, and is energy that you're emitting into the world. And just as the droplets on that spider web are connected to others, just by your very presence in the grocery store, you're attracted to everything, everyone in it. You are an expression of the divine. Every word you speak, everything you think, say, and do has a ripple effect on everything around it. Don't you know that's true? Have you ever noticed when your energy is higher, when you're in that place of love, when you've just finished meditating, that the world feels different, doesn't it? You feel connected. And this is what we're here to remember, that we are always connected to this. And the goal really is for us to embrace that, to embody that. You know, if you're feeling grumpy or stressed, I believe that energy affects the atmosphere and might make others feel a little off-centered also. But if you're emanating love, joy, and peace, you're actually uplifting the entire store, creating a positive ripple that touches every aisle, every person in that store. You know, part of what I just read this morning that Ilia is describing is that, and scientists are finding that it's true, that in the universe there's a vast map, like or diagram. It's like everything in the universe is connected, right? And everything affects everything else. And so who you are, how you are, wherever you are, is connecting all of the energy and the love and the light around you. You know, imagine you're in the produce section reaching for a shiny red apple. And as your hand touches the fruit, you're not just making a physical connection, you're engaging in an exchange of energy. The apple grown from the earth and nourished by the sun is a manifestation of divine creation, just like you. When you handle it with reverence, you handle it with gratitude, you're honoring the intricate web of life that brought this nourishment to you. You're reinforcing the energy of abundance and appreciation in the world. And as you continue on your shopping journey, you encounter fellow humans on their path of growth and discovery. Every interaction, no matter how brief, and is an opportunity to spread love and kindness. Every gaze, every smile, even to smile at a frazzled mom. Ever seen her wrangling her kids, or extend a helping hand to an elderly person, or to help them reach for a high shelf? You're not just being polite, you are actively participating in the expansion of the divine in the world. Your simple acts of compassion and connection have the power to uplift others, to create a chain reaction of positivity that extends beyond the grocery store. So how can we most benefit the world by spreading this love, by recognizing that we're part of this web? And the first thing we can do, I've got 5 steps to doing this. First one is just to become aware that you are aware of being a divine creator. If you think of that everywhere you go, then remember, I am a divine creator. I am a divine creator. Say that with me. I am a divine creator. And to say that Before you, for example, go in the grocery store and realize you are a divine creator. I am a divine creator, and I'm going to be that. And then take a breath. And we talked about this energy. Ilia describes it as what? Love, right? So we're going to take a breath and set the intention to love. Set the intention, I'm setting the awareness, I'm setting the intention to be love. And then in that practice is just to be mindful of who you are, the truth of who you are. To be mindful of who everyone else is, and to see them as divine aspects as well. And just be present. You can't not be present when we are embracing the truth of who we are, right? How can we are present instantly? We are present. And the fourth thing we can do is to choose words and actions carefully. Wow, right? This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where we get to practice being the evolutionary expression of God, right? By speaking with love, speaking with light, speaking with truth. Choose your words and actions carefully, because you are the divine. You are this beautiful expression of light and love. And, somebody wise says, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Somebody says something that you don't agree with, unless it's an earth-shattering thing, just let it go. Right? So often our ego thinks, that's not my opinion, I can argue with that, right? Right? It's like, just let it go. And there are times when we need to stand up for what we believe, certainly. And in those places, you do that with love and light. I want to get my opinion across. Breathe, okay? And the last part of that, and you can do that for me right now because I'm showing all this anger, is just to silently bless each person that you encounter. It's kind of like, namaste. I bless you. I bless you. Smile. I bless you. I bless you. So by following these 5 steps, awareness, intention, mindfulness, conscious choice, and blessing, we are on our way to being the evolving Christ, the evolving Buddha, the evolving person, love that we are. So I'm going to leave you with one final thought. Ilia says, we're not just in the universe is in us. We are the universe reflecting upon itself in a unique way, in a conscious way, right? Because we are these conscious beings, we get to be this conscious being looking at this conscious being, right? We get to be the divine looking at the divine. You get that? And as we do that, we're like, okay, how can I be more of this divine? Maybe the things I said a minute ago weren't quite so divine. Maybe the things that I'm feeling like I should say aren't so divine. Then we get to change our thoughts to be present. So, I appreciate you being here today. I invite you to go out and make some magic happen. Go out there and connect with, be that presence of love and light in the universe. Be the evolution, be that new, right? That evolved you, who is lifting up, embracing a new way of being, an evolved way of being. To release the inner artist within you. To be that creative source, that creative energy in the universe. Remember, God is ultimate creativity. And you are an expression of that. So be that. Your unique presence is a gift to the world. So please go out and share it and to be the light of the world. And so it is. Amen. Well, let's just say this one more time just to kind of bookmark it. Let's say this affirmation together. I am a conscious participant in the ongoing evolution of the divine. And I invite you to close your eyes. And just take a moment and go inside. We like to think of this time as our reflective time, our meditation time. Just to close our eyes and take a breath. To let go of all the words. And remember the feeling. Remember the energy of love. This feeling of love is the divine in you saying to yourself, this is who you are. Breathing in and embracing this love. You might even imagine that you're feeling the love for someone. And feel that love. Almost like you can take it on and feel it in your body and your mind. Breathe into it. To know this is the energy of life expressing in and through and as you. Breathing in and breathing out. I invite you to bring your awareness back to this moment. And to open your eyes whenever you're ready. All right, now where I was before, I got a couple announcements. Today's flowers are dedicated to Kate in appreciation for all the work that she does on our Unity property. Hey! Okay, you are amazing. Thank you for all that you do. You are a model of integrity and love and truth. Thank you. And she always wants to blame somebody else. She's pointing at Kealoha because Kealoha created this beautiful arrangement. And thank you. Wow, thank you. All right. And by the way, if you're interested in bringing flowers, there's a sign-up sheet on the back table close to where Al is sitting there. And pick a day, sign up, and tell us who you'd like to dedicate the flowers to. And you bring them, I'll announce them, and then you get to take them home. Everybody wins! And if you enjoyed the talk today and you're wondering, how can I remember all this stuff tomorrow? I created what I call a walk your talk. It's on the back table, again, next to Al. He's diligently reading it right now at this moment. Let's see. Next week, I'm continuing my series on wisdom, or women of wisdom. An idea that came from one of you. Kathleen said, gosh, you talk about so many great teachers. How about doing a series on women? And so here we are. I'm doing it. Please give me your thoughts and your ideas. I'm always racking my brain and the creative energy of spirit, looking for ideas of things that will touch, move, and inspire you. So if you ever have any ideas, please let me know. And next week, we are talking about Myrtle Fillmore and her approach to healing. Myrtle Fillmore, as you know, was a co-founder, along with Charles Fillmore, of Unity. And this whole movement is about healing. It's about spiritual healing. And so next week, we're going to talk about her effect, her approach on healing and transformation. So that'll be happening right here next Sunday at 10 o'clock. Be here or be square. Whatever that means. All right. Okay, I think that's about it. Let me see. We can get the last slide here, or the prayer for protection.
No.
Myrtle has something else to say. Anybody know what it is?
Myrtle here.
Myrtle.
We have right there under your...
Oh, that's what it is. I knew there was something else.
Simple Pleasures Band will be playing this coming Wednesday at 11 o'clock at the Coffee Attic. And we have John in our band and the wonderful bass player, Rita Massey. So please come on over to the Coffee Attic. Come early if you want a seat. 11 o'clock on Wednesday, Simple Pleasures Band.
And to jog your memory, there are more flyers on the table in the back. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So grab a flyer. You take this one here and go have fun. All right. We made it this far. Please stand. And we'll say the prayer for protection, and then we'll circle up and sing the peace song together. So for ourselves, for this ministry, for all life, let's pray together the prayer for protection, which begins. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us wherever we are. God is. God bless you. Thank you for being here today. Bless you folks on Facebook.